As a resident poor person, my natural enemy are gacha games. However, I especially dislike Genshin Impact not just because it's a gacha game, but because it has single-handedly changed the anime fanbase. I went to many different anime conventions and all I see are Genshin characters. All the vendors sell Genshin art. Every chat I enter, there will always be people talking about Genshin. What the fuck is a primogem? Everywhere I go, I cannot escape the grasp of these characters, and I'm no stranger to gacha games. I've dabbled in Epic 7, Brave Frontier, and Grand Summoner before, but I've never played the big ones like Fate, Blue Archive, or the Honkai games, despite my videos using many of their music. So instead of constantly running away, I have decided to face my fear of face my fear of getting sucked into gacha hell. Maybe it isn't as bad as I think it is. They say misery builds character, but I think this misery is having me question my sexuality. So join me on my quest to call the people of Montana, get frozen every 2 seconds, cook, figure out the simplest JRPG storyline, and to find out whether or not Genshin will leave an impact on my heart or an impact on my bank account. I'd like to start off by saying that the inspiration for this video came from listening to Hu Tao's theme. I also do not know a thing about Genshin except the various material behind it. Do with that information what you will. After seeing my sibling get compressed into a JPEG file, we talked to what I can only think of as vanilla ice cream. After figuring out how to walk, we acquired the anemo element. You see, Genshin is not just a game about gambling disguised as a way to trick minors into spending money. No. It is also a game about chemistry. All the elements can be combined with each other to deal more damage. However, I failed chemistry, so spamming different abilities and hoping they mesh together is not just the default, it is optimal. We begin in the city of Mondstadt, the land of the wind dragon and an androgynous looking man. Oh yeah, did I mention the big ass dragon? Hello, can I get a caramel macchiato with 2 pumps of vanilla? Oh, he did not like that. With the Starbucks color palette gone, we meet Amber, a member of the Knights of Favonius and potentially racist. I really hope no native is named BananaWaffle. On my way to Mondstadt, I got yelled at by a boy for scaring away pigeons only to realize that his dad is dead. That's a bit morbid for the beginning area. I also lost control of my character. Literally can't move. Moving on, the Wind Dragon attacks the city and sends us flying away. Because we're the main character though, we already know how to function a power glide and also become an SR-71 Blackbird. After meeting the rest of the knights, we finally did it. We've unlocked gambling. I made the worst mistake you could do in gacha games, however, buying the beginner's discounted banner. Noelle is actually pretty useful. The Knights of Favonius are the protectors of Mondstadt and they are absolutely fucking useless. Why is that? Because of the big ass dragon throwing a hissy fit, we are now responsible for dealing with its bullshit. Instead of, handling that shit themselves, they enlist me, a random otherworldly, probably hasn't even taken a shower person to do the job. However, our job here is not just to subdue the dragon, but practice the tried and true strategy of destroying the native population. But you see, I don't care about that. I'm trying to squeeze every primogem I can get with every stage of progression. I am hellbent on being able to get a 5-star without spending a single dime in the beginning stages. After like 10 pulls, I got this cool Kunoichi and she isn't that bad of a healer. However, it is not a 5-star, so in the bin you go. It's my fault that I was unlucky enough to win the 0.5% chance for a 5-star. I will now commit to Sudoku. Progressing with the story, we once again encounter the bard we were stalking earlier. Apparently his name is a venti latte with 3 pumps of extra caramel and an espresso shot, aka the anemo god that is also supposed to control the dragon? I don't know, man, I've already lost track of the story. Fast forward to about 50 animuculus later, I wasted half an hour fighting a fucking cube only for it to heal half its health because I didn't have elemental damage. I might as well go fuck myself then. Let's take a moment to talk a little bit more about the gambling. Everything is chance. Weapons, accessories, attributes, and characters. The amount of luck required to succeed in this game makes MapleStory 2 look like a fucking joke. There are also 50-50 events, which, like any Asian game, is actually some complicated bullshit and not fully 50-50. To explain simply, if you pull a 5-star character, it is a 50% chance to be the one promoted and a 50% chance to be something else. If you don't get the promoted character, your next 5-star will be. But you don't have to worry about that because your chances of getting it are less than 1%. Unless you activate the pity system at 75 pulls, where it will slowly creep up to 100% at 90. Did you catch that? Great, because I didn't. Good luck getting to that point without spending money because the game feeds you actual crumbs of primogems. On the topic of primogems, side quests are not optional because to progress the main storyline you need to be a certain adventurer rank. Let me tell you, there are a lot of storylines such as following this 14-year-old, I swear I'm not joking, and hunting those with overdue library books. Thy punishment is death. While I don't like being pushed around by the game, I can't say that I hate it. If you want your players to truly experience what your game has to offer, implementing these requirements isn't a terrible idea. In Breath of the Wild, I literally zoomed through all the divine beasts, fucked up Ganon, and call it a day. If I didn't have to do something, I wasn't going to do it. Not in Genshin though. You will play the entire game and you will enjoy it. On my mission to get Zhongli, otherwise known as John Lee, I picked up this questionably aged girl who can somehow wield a greatsword like it's a fucking stick. She's actually pretty fun to use since I can roll around like an armadillo. After 3 days of side quests later and finding the fine china, I can finally kick this dragon's ass. However, we needed to consult with the head honcho of Mondstadt, not Jean, but Dilek. And let me tell you, he is that guy. You even get to use him for a little bit in a dungeon, and it's Genshin's way of saying, ooh, we know you want this very strong character. So why are we beating up not so innocent civilians? Well, you see, these people are the Fatui, part of the Snez, not the Sneznia. What are these names? Another civilization controlled by the ice god. They're not particularly fond of the wind people, or any people actually, so they're trying to sabotage our efforts to reason with the dragon, and they really want us to kill it. Therefore, we need to beat up the fodder so we can get the holy lyre that Venti can use to calm down the dragon that they stole from Mondstadt. Too bad it doesn't work, so we must resort to violent means. The boss fight was fairly anticlimactic because I was pretty much playing 2 of Club's Combat 6. The bad dragon now turned good. Skipping some important details, Venti gets kicked in the balls, I get knocked out, and we wake up to— wait, shit, wrong game. We wake up to a woman. Fuck, I need to get out of this situation as fast as possible. With the Mondstadt arc completed, we are finally free to fuck with the Chinese government in Leeway, but not yet since I need to get my adventurer rank to 23. Now, this is the point of the video where I give my opinion on the game. I actually like it. Now, you may be asking, didn't you say you hated Genshin in the beginning? Shut up, look at this dog. But the best way to describe Genshin is that it's junk food. It looks good, easily accessible, and it's very generic. And like junk food, everyone just eats that shit up. To be more specific, characters are all based on 4 models and everyone looks the exact same. There is nothing unique about them. But despite the blatant copy-paste format, the world is extremely beautiful and the music is pretty banger. Exploring the world of Teyvat wasn't as much of a chore as I thought it would be, except whenever I had to climb, which was all the time. The combat, errand running, and trivial questline are all mindless. I had to run in circles for a quest. But hey, I wouldn't have it any other way. Of course, as a free-to-play player, all of what I could be experiencing is barred behind my own wallet. The good thing about that though is that it's not a lot. You can still explore the world and commit first-degree murder. Nothing is stopping you from enjoying the core gameplay. So if you want to have fun without paying, don't be greedy and play with the hand you're dealt. Because if you don't, you are fighting an uphill battle with the house, and the house always wins. Will I continue playing Genshin? Probably not. I really do want to play the game for its world and story, but you can't tell me that I must do 200 days worth of daily commissions to even get a chance to pull a 5-star. And I have to wait for specific banners to get 4 stars as well. But just having 4 stars gives you a somewhat incomplete feeling, which I'm sure is intentional. I understand that free-to-play games, especially gacha games, must make their money, but you can't tell me that a near 0% chance to get the best characters is fair. Maybe it's just my poor mindset and that I'm too broke to understand the reward of collecting fictional characters. HoYoverse expertly crafted their game in a way that entices you to reach for your wallet. Not even going to lie, I thought about purchasing that $5 pass when I was making this video. Maybe it's the bright colors, character design, or beautiful world. I don't know, but I swear they've pulled every possible marketing tactic and it works. While I will personally never understand the commitment people have to this game, like people spend $4,000, I can see its appeal and how it got so popular, but Genshin just isn't for me. Wait, is that a fucking battle pass? No fucking way.